Hello and welcome back to another episode of White Album 2. We are currently playing through CODA. So we're meeting with Kazusa's mom behind Kazusa's back because Yoko is very ill, which again feels really icky to me, but we're doing it. Let's see what she has to say.
構いませんよ、その程度。
けれど、カズサのことだけじゃなく、私の世話まで任せちゃって。せめて移動のための車買いましょうか。
Just buy him a car. So casually. Just buy him a car.
そういう数百万単位の話をポンとするのはやめてください。こっちは小市民なんですから。
If she's the one fitting the bill, she probably won't settle for a mini car. She'll most certainly rule out any domestically produced car. So a mini car in Japan, they have smaller engine capacities than regular cars. They're called K cars. And they're very cheap, but they are efficient for driving around in the city.
本当に気にしないでください。親孝行だと思ってやってますから。
Filial piety. That's so funny. That is definitely something Haruki would say.
親孝行ならリアル親にしたら？
I expected her to make a mother-in-law joke. But I never imagined she'd come at me from that direction.
あなた、自分の親とは仲悪いんですって？私たち親子にはここまで介入しといて、それってどんなギャグなのよ。
俺のことなんかどうでもいいじゃないですか。それに仲が悪くなんかありません。お互い興味がないだけです。
That's so sad. The indifference is really sad, because there's no reason for it.
思ったより屈折してるのね。本当に恨んでない？
何をですか？
After finishing her beef curry, she drank her black tea in a single gulp. She happily helped herself to her parfait like a schoolgirl, before turning to the ceiling and staring at it motionlessly. Her expression is pale despite the fact that she just ate. The way she's profusely sweating from her forehead proves that she was forcing herself to eat.
知りたくなかったんじゃない？私の病気のこと。
思ってますよ。
Of course. I never would have wanted to see Toma Yoko like this.
どうして俺にこんな重いことを。カズさんにも隠してる秘密を話したんですか？
それは。
Also, I never wanted to learn about Toma Kazusa's current situation.
俺はね、もうすぐ世界一幸せな男になるはずだったんですよ。カズさんの住んでるのとは違う世界で。
ああ、そうだったんだ。
カズさんのこと忘れて、何の変哲もない日本人として、小さいけどかけがえのない場所を守っていこうって。なのに。
そのこと、カズサには？
あなたはずるいです。俺の人生、何だと思ってるんですか？って本当は怒鳴ってやりたいですよ。
本当に怒鳴ればいいのに。なんで面倒を見てるのよ。
病人を気遣うのは当然です。誰だってそうですよね。
I disagree. Haruki is so obsessed with people relying on him. It's like some kind of compulsion. And he needs it. So when Setsuna was like, oh no, woe is me, I have no friends, I have this trauma, he was there. And when Kazusa is super helpless and needs someone, he's there. And now Yoko-san is helpless and now he's there. It's very unhealthy. It's very unhealthy. Even at the cost of hurting others, he is obsessed with trying to make everyone rely on him.
ほんと、いろんな意味で屈折してるわね。面白い子。
And like Yoko said, he's not even interested in fixing the relationship with his mom, because his mom doesn't need him, quote unquote. But I'm sure if she did, he'd be right there.
なんていうのは半分建前で、 ほんの少しだけ感謝してるからです。
感謝って？
全部正直に話してくれたから。カズさんの抱えてる問題、包み隠さず教えてくれたから。
自分一人じゃどうしたらいいかわからなくて、巻き込む相手が欲しかっただけかもよ。
それでもいいんです。カズさんの幸せも俺の一生の願いだから。
That's right. I didn't want to find out about Kazusa's situation. Because I knew what I'd end up doing if I did find out.
カズサのいない世界で生きていこうとしていたあなたが、そういうこと言う？
そばにいることだけが幸せじゃないって、そんなことを考えたことはありませんか？
I'm like rolling my eyes into the back of my head right now. Yes. However, super disgustingly unfair of you to say that when the thought of Kazusa being with someone else sends you into a jealous rage.
私はともかく、あの子がそう考えてるとは思えないけど。
それでも違う答えを見つけてくれたら、あいつにとっての幸せは一つじゃないって、そんな当たり前のこと分かってくれたら。
Like, everything he's saying is true, but he needs to understand that maybe him being in her life is making it painful, and there's no way to avoid that right now.
そんなもの、最初からなかったとしたら？
もうどうしたらいいか分かりません。
I also understood that the action I'd end up taking would be different from the action I should be taking.
呆れましたか？口先ばっかり、建前ばっかりのいい加減な男だって軽蔑しましたか？
Yes. I'd be responsible for the result of that action, yet I'm not even confident that I can bear that responsibility. Just like I told Yoko-san, I really don't know what to do anymore.
ううん、違うわね。危うさを感じた。
俺、危ういですか？
正直で面白くて、そして危険な子ね。ちょっと自分のしたことにビビったかも。末期がんの患者がとうとうモルヒネに手を出した感じ。
そんな風に見えますか？今まで一度もそんなこと言われたことないけど。
見た目は全然。けれど本質はね。
俺なんて安全志向のつまんない男ですよ。女性にとってはきっと退屈極まりない。
私には全然そうは思えない。だってあなたは勇気がありすぎる。
単なる臆病者ですよ。
だったらこんな綱渡りしない。とっくの昔に上総を切り捨ててる。
I don't know if I would call it courage or stupidity, but I guess it's a pretty fine line to walk.
違いますよ。臆病者だからこそそういうことできないんです。
だって間違いなくそれが一番安全で、そして正しい選択なのよ。
あなたがそれを。
ええ、言う資格はないわね。こんな状況にあなたを引き込んだ張本人が。
And Yoko-san managed to point out perfectly where my apprehensions lie. That's why I had no choice but to get irritated and refute her.
それでも今のあなたを見てると、ほんの少し自分のしたことが怖くなる。
怖いですか？
人にはね、ギリギリのところで手を引く弱さも必要なのかもしれない。
Of course it's scary.
どうにもならないことをどうにもならないって嘆く弱さも必要なのかもしれない。
I wouldn't say that's weakness. It's like knowing when to quit, knowing when to retreat. I think it's a very important thing to have. If you've hesitated many times before reaching the top of the cliff, if you've been pushed forward toward the top through conflict after conflict...
で、引いてもいいのよ。上総のこと、 見捨ててもいいのよ。
Oh, that's not nice to say. That's not nice to say. Why do you gotta use the word abandon? Then it's that very trouble that reaches out its hand toward you when you fall off, with much more strength than it had when it pushed you forward.
あなたの言う小さなけれどかけがえのない幸せを遠慮なく掴んでもらってもいいのよ。
陽子さん。
親としては別に恨んだりしないから。もともと9割以上はあの子の自業自得なんだから。
そんなに簡単に弾けるなら、俺はあなたに無理やり会いになんか来ませんでした。
それもそうよね。やっぱり屈折してるわね、あなた。
But ultimately, I'm sure she knew I was gonna say that. There's neither surprise nor dejection in her eyes. There's only the calm of someone reaffirming what they already suspected. However, that calmness shouldn't be mistaken for coldness.
それでも、うちのバカ娘をそこまで思ってくれてありがとう。私の最高傑作を大切にしてくれてありがとう。
あなたがそういうことをいつも口にしてれば、あいつはもっと素直で強い子になったんですよ。俺たちがいなくても平気な女の子に。
Just saying, she wouldn't be so distraught and clinging on to the first person who gives her attention if she wasn't abandoned in the first place.
ほんと、いろいろままならないわね、人生って。
まあ、そうですね。
Reaching this fruitless conclusion, we both drop our gazes toward the table. A weird feeling of solidarity grows between us, as if we're both guilty parties in some war crime.
かぼちゃのプリン追加していい？
Yum.
砂糖なしで作ってくれるか聞いてみます。
You're gonna ask them to make a fresh pudding, really?
Na, もう一個だけ。これで最後にするからさ。
お前それで3個目じゃないか。飯は残したくせに、どうして滑らかプリンだけはそんなに食えるんだよ。
だって食欲ないんだよ。ちょっと疲れてるのかも。
いや、それはプリンを食える理由じゃない。
This family just can't get enough sugar.
脳が甘いものを求めてるんだよ。私今日それくらい頑張ったんだよ。だからご褒美ってことでさ。
プリンよりも米をだな。
Good job, have some rice. It doesn't sound the same.
胃が疲れてて流動食しか受け付けないんだ。これは仕方のない措置なんだよ。
ああ言えばこういう。
詭弁に関しては優秀な師匠がいるからな。私も随分鍛えられたよ。
今度その師匠に会ったら伝えといてくれ。このインチキ野郎って。
Wow, super rude.
じゃあいただきます。このインチキ野郎様。
もう食ってやがるし。
うまい。
Day by day, Kazusa returns more and more to her usual selfish self. Selfish self is like a tongue twister. And I find myself, see, now I got self in my head, lecturing her more and more. I don't know if this is because she's given up, is able to separate her personal feelings from the way she behaves, or if she is desperately trying to hold her emotions in. Whatever it might be, being able to see Kazusa's smile every now and then is something incredibly joyous for me. It makes me unable to stop the thought welling inside of me. The thought that I want to see her smile forever, and that I'd do anything to make that happen. All while knowing what a destructive action such a thing would be to the other world I live in. The one without Kazusa.
春樹、
なんだよ。
そんなに睨むなよ。わかったよ。お前にも一つ分けてやるよ。
No.
いらないから。っていうか、食うときいちいち断らないから。
And I'm deeply fearful of this joyous me. Before I know it, I find myself with the opposite expression on my face. After all, today is a weekend night. I had to call Setsuna to tell her we can't meet again. When I made the excuse that I'm busy with the magazine, Setsuna rejoiced as if the honor was her own, congratulating me and wishing me good luck countless times. Every time she congratulated me, it felt as though my heart was pierced with a drill. I sat down on the streets of Onjuku for a while, unable to move. Setsuna accepted me and took pride in me. She never blamed me or grumbled about not being able to meet me. Like an innocent and clueless angel, she simply tried to cover me with her warm smile and gentle voice. Even when she was being deceived and betrayed again by the devil who tricked her with lukewarm crocodile tears. The additional concert ends in 2 weeks. God, Setsuna. She's amazing. She's incredible. She is so in love. She doesn't get it. Can I bear the guilt until then? As if your guilt's just gonna disappear after the 2 weeks is over. You're like, that's fine. Like, that was a chapter in my life I'm just gonna forget about. Anyway, I'm with Setsuna again. Absolutely not. That's not gonna happen. And if I am able to bear it, will I be able to return to Setsuna's side as if nothing happened? Ha, ha, ha. No. You don't deserve to be able to do that anyway.
春樹、
わかったよ。一ついただく。
そういう話じゃなくてさ。お前、本当は今日。
忙しかったんだぜ、こっちも。朝の7時からみっちり編集会議でさ。ああ、今日先行ってて悪かったな。
だから、仕事の話じゃなくて。
残念ながら、今俺が話せるのは仕事の話だけだね。他のことなんもやる暇ない。お前の飯作ること以外はな。
Also, this is a super annoying habit Haruki has, especially through CODA, is just ignoring what other people are saying and continuing on his own conversation. That is so annoying. It's obvious he's just trying to avoid the subject, but God, it really grates on me.
春樹。
This is bad. This is bad. Whenever I let my expression turn gloomy, it immediately spreads to Kazusa, who is always looking at me. And just as I say that, she was smiling just earlier, but now she's looking up at me with tears in her eyes.
ああ、でも俺、プリンなんて1個もいらないんだよな。お前、半分食ってくれるか
？3個半も食べていいのか？
その代わり、明日は2個半な。
ちょっと待て。明日は明日の風が吹くだろ？
悪い。竹谷からだ。
I pressed the answer button, relieved that the phone call swept away the gloomy mood around us. But I also feel a bit frustrated since I was so close to salvaging the moment by myself.
よー、春樹、久しぶり。
おととい話したばっかだろ。
From the speaker, I hear Takeya's ear-piercing voice. Even Kazusa reflexively frowns at the sound of it. But the reason Takeya is speaking so loudly is clear. The sound of clatter around him is ridiculously loud.
今みんなで飲んでるところ。金曜の夜だからものすげえ混んでるわ。
そんなこと聞かなくてもわかるわ。
I can hear the sound of applause, cheers, clinking of glasses, and the loud voice of the bar owner. He's clearly inside some cheap bar.
お前何まだ仕事中？何時くらいから合流できる？
まだどころかまだ仕事中だよ。それどころか編集長も交えての会議中。
編集長そばにいたらそんなこと言わねえだろ。で何？今日も忙しいのか？
この間言ったろ。俺今月はずっと。
行ってきたらどうだ？私なら気にしないぞ。
俺が気にするんだよ。
After all, today I've broken a promise that's much more important than going out drinking just to stay here and make food.
ああ、なんだって？よく聞こえないんだけどさ。
ああ、悪い。こっちの話。だからほら、大きな仕事の締め切りが。
ああ、そんな話してたな。じゃあなんだよ。最近はいつも遅いのか？
そうだな。まあ、いろいろと匿名業務で外回りばかり。全部食うなよ。半分だけだからな。
分かってるって。
あ、
そんなわけで悪い。今日もちょっと合流できそうに。
ああ、わかった。そっちは諦めるからさ。もう一つだけ話聞いてくんないかな。
なんだよ。
ほら、この間俺言ったじゃん。急ぎで相談したいことがあるって。
I love Takeya's like slightly drunk, slurred voice. It's very cute.
ああ、確かにそんなこと言ってたな。本当悪いな。今直接会える時間が取れなくて。
それでさ、もうこの際だから電話で聞いてもらえないかなって思って。
ああ、それならいいけど。飲み会終わったらまた電話してくれれば。
いや、ここでいいよ。すぐ済む話だし。
なんだよ。その程度の相談だったのか？
At that moment, I let my guard down.
まあ、すぐ済むから。それじゃ、よく聞けよ。
ああ。
Even though Takeya said it would be okay to take it here, I should have returned to my own apartment.
それじゃあ、いっせーの、はい。婚約おめでとう。
春樹よかったなお前。まさかこんな日が本当に来るなんてな。
Oh no. Oh no. And the music too. Miserable.
Io.
Io's voice was noticeably tearful.
ねえねえ、なんて言って申し込んだの？今再現してみてよ。
なんで？
なんでって言われてもな。お前がせつなちゃんにプロポーズしたからに決まってんじゃん。
それは。
なんてな。お前、高弘に口止めしてなかったの。って止めたところで無駄なんだけどな。
Oh, so I love that they keep in touch with Takahiro. I love Takahiro. He's so good. This all started in the Ogiso household last week. The situation with the ring spread from Takahiro to Takeya, and after that, it kept spreading faster than the speed of light. I mean, it's a big thing. If you're in a close-knit group of friends, it's not like you can keep an engagement hidden, nor should you in a normal situation.
それで一昨日から罠仕掛けといたのに、お前の方が全然引っかかってこないからさ。
The facts became truth. A promise became a binding contract, and everything just continued to develop even more quickly than I expected.
というわけで、人質預かってます。返してほしくば、みんなの飲み代持って、今すぐここまで来てください。
人質って。
大丈夫。命までは取ってないから。それじゃあ、今から声聞かせるね。
Don't tell me.
春樹くん？ごめんね。
せつな。
That voice is just as I imagined. Nostalgic and pleasant.
さっき突然イオに呼び出されたの。急ぎで相談したいことがあるって言うから、てっきり二人きりだと思ったのに。
ああ。
to me right now, it only feels heavy and painful.
高弘が竹谷くんに変なこと話したみたいで、それでこんなことになっちゃって。
And this is so unfair to Setsuna too, because he hasn't been so clear with her, because he couldn't say it to her family, like, she can't even be excited about her own engagement. All of her friends are like, oh my god, this is amazing, and Setsuna's like, I'm sorry, they're being so weird, I don't know what's going on. Like, she should be so happy. She deserves to be so happy about this, and she's not, and it sucks. I hate it. I regain awareness of my surroundings by the sound of a closing front door.
本当にごめんね。今大変な時なのにこんなこと。
There isn't anyone there anymore.
春樹くん？
せつなのせいじゃないよ。誰も悪いことなんかしてないだろ。みんな俺たちを祝おうとしてくれたんだ。誰が謝る必要があるんだよ。
He's so serious. You know, a normal fiance would be like, oh, you guys, like, thank you, and be embarrassed and, like, happy. But Haruki's like, it's fine. Nothing's wrong. It's fine. That's... God, it drives me up a wall. I feel so bad for Setsuna. She just deserves so much better. Everyone does. That's right. This isn't Setsuna's fault. Not only that, she has done the right thing. This is something happy, somewhat embarrassing, and wonderful.
Kazusa!
At least, that's what it should be.
Kazusa! おい、ちょっと待ってって!
I run down the stairs as fast as I can, shouting her name with a shortness of breath. The back of the person desperately running away from me starts to tremble, as if there is a crack in her determination.
待ってくれ、カズサ! お前、どこ行くつもりなんだよ?
Her body, not covered by a coat, continues to shiver, and likely not just because she's cold. She's probably way beyond just being teary-eyed at this point.
そのままじゃ風邪ひくぞ。さあ、戻ろう。
おめでとう。婚約おめでとう。
Oh, God, don't say that. I got goosebumps. I hate it. The moment I grabbed hold of her shoulders and forced her to face me, Kazusa congratulated Setsuna and me with a loud voice, similar to Takeya's. Her expression is just as I imagined it would be, and it hits me like countless needles piercing my heart.
やっとだな。お前の願い叶ったんだな。本当おめでとう。
やめろ。近所迷惑だ。
Her voice really is loud, yet also incredibly hollow.
私さ、めちゃくちゃ嬉しいよ。本当だよ。
やめろって、カズサ。
I don't want anyone to hear this voice of hers, but I'm the very person who made her let out these terrible screams.
世界で2人だけの親友が一緒になってさ、最初からずっと決まってたことがとうとう本当に決まっちゃってさ。
やめるんだ。一緒に戻ってくれよ。
ちょっと遅すぎた気もするけどな。
カズサ。
I can't stop her with words anymore. I'll have to physically cover her mouth. But because I was so reluctant about how to cover Kazusa's mouth, I ended up making the worst possible choice by forcing my right hand on her mouth.
やめろ。お前はバカ野郎。
ごめん。ごめん、カズサ。
She bit my finger with all her force, but unable to do anything about it, I could only stand there paralyzed.
やだやだ出ていく。もうこんなところは嫌だ。
ダメだ。ダメだ、そんなの。今のお前は、怪我が治ったばかりで、準備不足で。
I can't embrace her myself, but neither can I stop Kazusa from clinging to me.
でも私ここにいたら壊れる。もう耐えられないよ。
That shallow promise is broken down almost immediately as I tightly embrace Kazusa with my left hand to make sure she doesn't run away from me.
出ていく。出ていく。もう日本なんかにいられない。
カズサ、お願いだ。今は休んでくれ。また明日話そう。
いやだ。
大丈夫。今日はずっとお前のそばにいる。眠ってても起きててもずっとお前だけを見てる。誰のことも考えたりしないから。
You can't just promise to be there for her and protect her and cover her, but only until a certain date. That is disgusting and despicable.
黙れ。
Kazusa's pained wailing pierces through my chest. But even then, I can't let go of her hand. For Kazusa's sake, and for Yoko-san's sake, and most importantly, for my own sake. Okay, on that horrible note, gonna stop there for today. So, thanks so much for being here with me on this horrible episode of CODA. God, I hate it. I hate hearing Kazusa cry. It just rocks me to my soul. It makes me so sad. But I'll be back with the next one. So until then, hope you take care. See you.